Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to tell you about the National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020, जिसे हम भारत की नई शिक्षा नीति के नाम से जानते हैं. This education policy has been replaced by a 34-year-old education policy of India. The main aim of this policy is universalization of education from pre-primary level to grade 12. It is also for the holistic development of the child. It is ये बच्चों के सर्वांगीण विकास के लिए है. How to develop critical thinking in them, how to develop the personality, how to manage their stress level, everything is there in this policy. Implementation of this policy will take some time, but before that you parents have to be aware of it. आप सभी पेरेंट्स को इसकी अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए, इसका नॉलेज होना चाहिए. So in this video I will give you some highlights of this education policy. This education policy has a very good vision and mission. If this education policy is implemented, then India will become the global destination for education. So now let us see the NEP 2020, that is the National Education Policy 2020. First of all, the aim for the National Education Policy 2020 is to bring transformational reforms in school and higher education and thus shape India into a global knowledge superpower. It was approved on July 29, 2020. This policy was replaced by 34-year-old National Policy Education, which was drafted in 1986. Now, this policy is built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, accountability, etc. to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both school and college education more holistic. That means working for the all-round development of the child and bringing out the unique capability of each and every student. Now the consultation process. It was a very lengthy process. It has been formulated after a process of consultation that involved nearly over 2 lakh suggestions from 2.5 lakhs gram panchayats, 6,600 blocks, 6,000 ULBs, 6,076 districts. Based on this, the ministry prepared some inputs for the draft National Education Policy 2016. In June 2017, a committee for the draft National Education Policy was constituted under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturirangan. We submitted the draft National Education Policy 2019 to Honorable Human Resource Development Minister on 31st May 2019, and it was uploaded on MHRD's website and at Government Innovative Portal, eliciting views, suggestions, comments of stakeholders, including the public. So the process is still going on. Important highlights of National Education Policy 2020. It aims for the universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% GER, gross enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. NEP 2020 will bring 2 crore out of school children back into the mainstream. Emphasis on foundational literacy and numeracy, no rigid separation from academic streams, extracurricular, vocational streams. Vocational education starts from class 6 with internship. Teaching up to at least grade 5 will be in mother tongue or any regional language. Assessment reforms will be of 360-degree, that holistic progress card. And GER in higher education to be raised to 50% by 2035. Higher education curriculum to have flexibility of the subjects. Now let us see the first change, that is the 10 plus 2 curriculum of the school is now changed to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Now this new 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 school curriculum with 12 years of schooling and 3 years of Anganwadi, that is the preschooling. So earlier the school used to start at the age of 6 when the child comes to grade 1. But now according to NEP 2020, the schooling starts at the age of 3. That is when the child comes to pre-primary classes. That is the foundation stage. This is called the foundation stage, the first 5 years, which has no exams and the child simply has to learn in a playway method. learning by playing. So 3 years of pre-primary and 2 years of 2 years of grade 1 and 2, where they will have no exams. There will be no burden of books carrying heavy loads, and a playway method of learning. The second is the preparatory stage, that is the 3 years, that is for grade 3, 4, and 5. Now, here in the preparatory stage, the exams will be starting. Okay, they will have some activities, some study material, language will be included, but they will be marked on the all round development or activities, studies, everything. Next is the middle stage. Now, middle stage includes grade 6, 7, and 8. Now, here the one introduction of Indian language is there. Computer coding can be learned by the student. If they are interested in any vocational activity, then vocational course can be introduced. Whatever they are interested in, suppose they are carpentry, pottery, whatever, they can go for it, and they can go for internship as well. Even math, science, and arts. So this is the middle stage. Now the last stage, that is secondary stage, that is of 4 years. 4 years, that is grade 9 to 12. In this there is two phases, that is 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Now here there is semester system. So in semester system the subjects are divided into two. The exams are divided into two parts, and that is there is no burden for the examination, and the child can pass out without any burden. There is no stream. No stream means there is no bifurcation of arts, commerce, or science. If the child wants to take physics, and if he's interested in any other arts subject, then he can take the combination of physics as well as the arts, and then it will be based on critical thinking. That means the child don't have to mugging up everything, but the question will be asked of logical type, critical type, to develop the critical thinking of the child. So these are the secondary stage. In this secondary stage, one foreign language also can be introduced. So earlier the schooling was 10 plus 2, and now that is 12 years, and now it is 15 years, that is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Okay. So here it is the old and the new curricular structure. Foundational stage, preparatory stage, foundational stage, that is preschool and grade 1 and 2, grade 3, 4, 5 preparatory, 6 to 8 middle, and 9 to 12 secondary, which is replaced by the old one, that is 10 plus 2. Now early childhood care and education with new curricular and pedagogical structure. As I told you earlier, the first 10 plus 2 structure is replaced by the earlier 10 plus 2 structure will be replaced by 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And that also age group, the child will start schooling at the age of 3. So 3 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14, and 14 to 18 respectively. So this has been recognized globally as the crucial stage. Actually this stage has been recognized, the age 3, the lower classes, as a crucial stage for development of mental faculties of a child. The new system will have 12 years of schooling with 3 years of Anganwadi. So the all-round development of a child will be seen from the age of 13. So NCERT will develop a national curriculum and pedagogical framework for early childhood care and education for children up to age of 8. So ECCE will be delivered through a significantly expanded and strengthened system of institution, including Anganwadi and preschool, that will have teachers and Anganwadi workers trained in ECC, pedagogy and curriculum. Okay, and now the graduation. How earlier the graduation was like BA, BCom, BSc of 3 years, and then if 1 year was or 1 year, 2 year was done, then it was said to be incomplete. Now according to new reform, this is like if the 1 year is completed, the person will get the certificate. Okay, certificate of graduation. If 2 years is complete, he'll get a diploma of graduation. 3 years, degree of graduation, and the 4 years is complete, then research of graduation. Post graduation will be again depend on the how the person has completed. If the person has completed 4 years of graduation, then 1 year in masters, and if only 3 years have been completed, then the person has to do 2 years of masters. So the exactly the same years for master degree, that is 5 years. PhD will be done in 4 years. So this holistic multidisciplinary education, now in this the policy envisaged broad-based multidisciplinary holistic undergraduate education with flexible curricula, creative combination subjects, integration of vocational and multiple entries and exit. That means you can, if you are doing first year and you want to take a drop, then again after say 1 or 2 years you want to join again, then you can again complete your second year. Okay, so huge undergraduate education can be 3 or 4 years with multiple exit option, appropriate certification within this period. For example, certificate after 1 year, I told you after 1 year completion it will be certificate, advanced diploma after 2 years, bachelor's degree after 3 years, and bachelor's with research after 4 years. So an academic bank of credit is to be established for digitally strong academic credits earned from different HEI, so that these can be transferred and counted towards the final degree earned. So this can be transferred. If one year is done, it will not go waste. The next, if you want to take a drop and you come after some time due to any financial crisis or any other issues, then the person can again join the can continue with the degree. Multidisciplinary education and research universities at par with IITs and IIMs to be set up as model of best multidisciplinary education of global standards in the country. The National Research Foundation will be created as the apex body for fostering a strong research culture and building research capacity across the higher education. Now, reforms in school curriculum and pedagogy, as I told you, they will work for the holistic development of learners by equipping them with keys 21st century skills, reduction of curricular content, what is unnecessary has to be reduced, removed from the syllabus, essential learning and critical thinking is more necessary for greater focus on experiential learning. Students will have increased flexibility and choice of subjects. They can take the subject of their choice. There will be no rigid separation from arts, science, between curricular and extracurricular activities, between vocational and academic streams. So there will be a vast choice for the students as per their interest. Vocational education will start from grade 6 and will include internship. As I told you, if the child is interested in any other artistic like pottery, carpentry, they can go for it and they can go for internship as well. Sorry. Multilingualism and power of language. Policy has emphasized mother tongue. Now they have said the mother tongue should be the medium of instruction for at least grade 5, preferably till grade 8. But this can also be considered as any other language which is more suitable for the child. Sanskrit to be offered at all levels of school and higher education as an option for the students, including the 3-language formula. Students who participate in fun project activity, languages of India sometimes in grade 6 to 8 such as Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Several foreign language will also be offered to secondary level. Also, Indian Sign Language ISL will be standardized across the country and national state curriculum material developed for use of students with hearing impairment. So this also taken care of. All these students are also taken into consideration. Assessment reforms. Again, NEP 2020 shows shift from summative assessment to regular formative assessment, which is more competency based, promotes learning and development, test high order thinking skill, analysis, critical thinking, conception care. That means the child concept should be clear. He should be able to clarify a concept with not only pen paper test but by some activity or some oral quiz, whatever. All the students will take school examination grade 3 to 5 and 8, which will be conducted by the appropriate authority. Now board exams for grade 10 and 12 will be continued but redesigned with holistic development as the aim. Okay, so all round development will be the aim of the government. A new national assessment center, PARAK, performance assessment review and analysis of knowledge for holistic development, will be set up as standard setting body. So this will be looking for the all round development of the child. Now, equitable and inclusive education. Now, NEP 2020 aims to ensure that no child loses any opportunity to learn and excel because of some circumstances of birth or background. So, because special emphasis will be given on socially and economically disadvantaged group, which include gender, socio-cultural, geographical identities, and disabilities. This includes setting up of gender inclusion fund and also special education zone for disadvantaged regions and groups. Children with disabilities will be enabled to fully participate in the regular schooling process from the foundational stage to higher education. And with the support of educators with cross disability training, resource centers, accommodation, assistive devices, appropriate technology based tools, and other supportive mechanisms. So they will be given all support by the government so that even these children should get all the education what is which is their right. Every state district will be encouraged to establish Bal Bhavans as a special daytime boarding school to participate in art related, career related, play related activities. Free school infrastructure can be used in Samajik Chetna Kendras. Now, online education and digital education. Now, in this pandemic era, when such circumstances arise, when the children are at home, a comprehensive set of recommendations for promoting online education consequent to the recent rise because of this pandemic in order to ensure preparedness with alternative modes of quality education whenever and wherever traditional and in-person modes of education are not possible has been covered. A dedicated unit for the purpose of orchestrating the building of digital infrastructure, digital content, capacity building will be created in MHRD to look after the e-education needs of both school and higher education. Technology in education. An autonomous body, the National Education Technology Forum, will be created to provide a platform for free exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, administration. Appropriate integration of technology into all levels of education will be given to improve classroom processes, support teacher professional development, enhance educational access for disadvantaged groups, and streamline educational planning, administration, and management. Promotion of Indian languages. To ensure the preservation, growth, and vibrancy of all Indian languages, NEP recommends setting an Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation, IITI, National Institution for Institutes for Pali, Persian, Prakrit, strengthening of Sanskrit and all language department in HEI, and use mother tongue as the medium of instruction in more HEI program. Internationalization of education will be facilitated through both institutional collaboration and student and faculty mobility and allowing entry of top world rank university to open campus in our country. So the top universities can open campuses in our country. Now here let us see the summary. The Ministry of Human Resources is now called Ministry of Education. In school from 10 plus 2 it is now 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 multi-stream, that is flexible to choose subject across the stream. Diluted board exam to test only core competency could become modular, objective and subjective and will be offered twice a year. Multilingual, that means 3 languages policy to continue with preference for local language. Bagless days, school students to have 10 bagless days in a year during which they have exposed to vocation of their choice. In colleges again, National Testing Agency to conduct common college entrance exam twice a year. 4-year bachelor, that is multidisciplinary bachelor program to be preferred, midterm dropouts to be given credits and option to complete degree after a break. No affiliation, free cap, going local, that means top rated global universities to be facilitated to come to India, top Indian institution to be encouraged to go global. So this is the vision of the National Education Policy to envisions as India-centered education system that contributes directly to transforming a nation sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all. So as we say, education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. So let us be the change and see how the power works and how India can be a powerful nation in the country, in the world. Thank you.